Two people walk into a job interview. The first person enters the room with a confident smile, clean clothes, strong eye contact, calm voice. Before they even answer the first question, something happens inside the interviewer's brain. He seems smart. He seems capable. He probably has leadership potential. Then the second person walks in, a little nervous, quiet voice, awkward handshake. Same qualifications, same experience, maybe even better skills. But the interviewer's brain whispers something different. I'm not sure about this one. And here's the strange part. The interviewer thinks they are being objective. They think they are evaluating the person, but they may actually be evaluating a glow, a mental glow created by one good trait. This is called the halo effect. The halo effect is a mental bug where one positive trait makes your brain assume other positive traits are there too. If someone is attractive, we may assume they are also intelligent. If someone is confident, we may assume they are competent. If someone is successful, we may assume they are wise. If someone speaks well, we may assume they know what they are talking about. One visible trait becomes a shortcut, and your brain fills in the rest. That is why the halo effect is so dangerous. It does not feel like bias. It feels like intuition. It feels like common sense. It feels like, I can just tell. But many times, you cannot just tell. Your brain is guessing, and then pretending it is seeing. To understand how this works, imagine a spotlight. The spotlight shines on one trait, maybe beauty, maybe confidence, maybe fame, maybe charm, maybe a fancy title. Once that trait is bright enough, it casts light on everything around it. Suddenly, the person seems smarter, kinder, more honest, more capable, more trustworthy. Not because you have evidence for all of those things, but because one good trait created a halo. And once the halo appears, your brain starts building a story. This person looks polished, so they must be disciplined. They speak confidently, so they must be knowledgeable. They have many followers, so they must be credible. They went to a famous school, so they must be brilliant. The problem is not that these things mean nothing. Sometimes they do mean something. Confidence can come from competence. Success can come from skill. A good presentation can reflect preparation. But the halo effect appears when your brain goes too far. It takes one clue and turns it into a conclusion. It takes a signal and turns it into a story. And once the story is created, every new detail gets pulled into it. If you already like someone, their mistakes look smaller. They are not rude. They are just direct. They are not unprepared. They are spontaneous. They are not arrogant. They are confident. But if you dislike someone, the same behavior becomes negative. Now direct becomes rude. Spontaneous becomes careless. Confident becomes arrogant. Same behavior, different halo. Or sometimes a different shadow. This is the opposite side of the halo effect. It is often called the horn effect. One negative trait creates a negative glow. If someone makes a bad first impression, your brain may start searching for flaws. They are quiet, so they must be weak. They are nervous, so they must be incompetent. They dress casually, so they must not be serious. They made one mistake, so they must be unreliable. Again, the problem is not the first impression itself. The problem is when your first impression becomes the judge, the jury, and the evidence. This happens everywhere. It happens in hiring. A candidate walks in with confidence, tells a polished story, and suddenly the room starts seeing leadership. But another candidate is quieter, more thoughtful, less charismatic, and their strengths become invisible. So the company hires the better performer in the interview, not necessarily the better performer in the job. It happens in dating. Someone is attractive, charming, and funny, so your brain starts adding invisible traits. They must be kind. They must be emotionally mature. They must be trustworthy. Then, when warning signs appear, the halo protects them. They are just busy. They did not mean it. They have been through a lot. The halo turns red flags into small misunderstandings. It happens with leaders. A charismatic leader walks on stage. They speak with power. They use simple words. They look certain. And because they look certain, people assume they are right. But certainty is not the same as wisdom. Confidence is not the same as truth. And charisma is not the same as character. It happens with brands. A product looks clean, the packaging feels premium, the website is beautiful. So your brain assumes the product must be better. Maybe it is. Maybe it is not. But design can create a halo before the product proves itself. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to support us creating more videos.
Welcome to Human OS.
Upgrade the way you think.